Welcome all to the Tracy Show. I got to get into this. I got to get into it quick because this man is evil. This man is a racist. And if you don't see it, it's something wrong with you. He is the most evil, diabolical person I have known in my life. And her. With that messed up face and that piece of vampire witch hair going across the front of her head. Racist. I am so sick and tired of this racism. I am so sick and tired of this racism. You want to lock up President Obama? Are you freaking kidding me? Somebody ought to lock you up for that freaking hairdo you have. If you don't lock Trump's ass up right now, it'll go down. Y'all think this is funny? He's supposed to be the president of the United States. But yet, he sits up there and makes AI of a black man. Y'all just cannot stand that a black man was loved as the president. His family is still loved. And can't nobody stand you, Trump. Pedo. This is some sick and disgusting stuff.
To a story
Listen to this.
We have been talking about. The Department of Justice says they are considering prosecuting former President Barack Obama. Here it is.
Do you believe that any of this new information implicates former President Obama in criminal behavior?
We have referred and will continue to refer all of these documents to the Department of Justice and the FBI to investigate the criminal implications of this.
For even former
The
President
evidence,
Obama?
correct. The evidence that we have found and that we have released directly point to President Obama leading the manufacturing of this intelligence assessment. There are multiple pieces of evidence and intelligence that confirm that fact.
The president yesterday, you've inferred that the former president helped lead a coup. Based on what you now see, do you believe President Obama is guilty of treason?
I'm leaving the criminal charges to the Department of Justice. I'm not an attorney. The expressed intent and what followed afterward can only be described as a years-long coup and a treasonous conspiracy against the American people.
She is the Director of National Intelligence, DNI, centralized institutional authority for all intelligence agencies out of the United States of America. Significant amount of power. Put it full mass. Do you remember this? This is what Trump decided to post on his Truth Social site. Of course, it's fake and phony like he is, but he's putting in the mindset of his followers and those that like this kind of stuff, what's coming next. It also gives him credibility that he's the one behind it. You understand? He needs you to know that this is not really Tulsi Gabbard. This isn't really the Department of Justice. It's me. That's what he's saying to you. So he does this picture prior, he does this post. Then all of a sudden there's this press conference. But what happened prior to all of this? A reporter asked Trump, are you in the Epstein files? That happened just a few days ago. Trump did not say no. He said, oh, they were made up by who? Obama. That being investigated. I hope everybody sees this. I really hope MAGA has seen through Trump enough not to fall for this. And this is why it's so dangerous to go with somebody just because they're the rah-rah person for your particular point of advocacy, but violate all these other points of advocacy at the same time that you said you believed in. Now, Republicans gave up a whole lot of their policy platform. They said, well, we're not going to talk about the budget anymore. That's gone to hell. Trump did that. So we won't make it about money. But we're going to never talk about being moral and ethical again because, well, Trump did that. We're going to take that out now. And Trump did some things they wanted, like the immigration stuff, all right, appealed to their bigoted natures. And so now you have an individual who did all of that in order to always have a crowd that would accept his red meat. He did not train individuals to love policies. He trained them to love red meat. And now he is in the middle of a crisis himself. It must be something serious in those files. Serious. To where he is manipulating his Department of National Intelligence to have them manipulate the Department of Justice. Can I ask one question? Why is it that the Department of Justice, who actually has authority to investigate things like this, why are they not leading the investigation? Why would the Director of National Intelligence be in charge of an investigation like this? And it shows you they're not the proper authority to even investigate. Why? Because she can't do a damn thing about it. She has to send it over to the Department of Justice in order for them to do something about it. Why didn't the DOJ investigate? Pitiful, man. So days after Trump shared a video of President Obama getting arrested, fake, phony, AI-generated, Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard confirmed that the Trump administration is considering pursuing criminal charges against former President Barack Obama during a White House press secretary briefing on Wednesday. President Obama, July 22nd, said he stood by the U.S. intelligence community's conclusion that Russia had influenced the 2016 election. Obama's office dismissed the claims as another example of the constant nonsense misinformation that emanates out of that White House.
First, let me give a shout out to Indisputable with Dr. Rashad Ritchie. His channel is awesome. You have to go subscribe to his channel. Anything you want to know about what's going on in NAACP, racism, anything like that, he has it. He has it for you. This man right here, Trump, 37 felonies. He is a prisoner. And let me tell you what I heard of the latest. All right, now he locking sending all the migrants home, right? He got the audacity to ask nurses to go out there in Texas. Will they go pick the berries from the farms because ain't nobody out there picking them? He want us to do the daggone work. Get your old grumpy ass out there and pick them. How about that? How about that? Or send Melania out there to pick them. And who in the world thought of the name the Kennedy Center after her stank ass? You, because you put yourself in charge, she should be deported and you should be in jail. You are a pedo. You've been knowing Epstein for I don't know how many years. You invited him to your daggone wedding. I asked little kids today, if you knew a person that hurt little children, would he be your friend or would you invite him to your wedding? A 5-year-old said no. A 7-year-old said no. Another 5-year-old said no. 5-year-olds don't even like you. Take your stank ass back to New York. Stay there in that funky Trump hotel. Or somebody put you in prison and rot. Because this is not funny. It's not a joke. And I'm just saying what everybody else scared to say. I don't care. This is not funny. This is not funny. I think it is sick. I think it is disgusting. I think everything about him is chaos. He's evil. And what is wrong with y'all not seeing that? I'm telling you, if you don't impeach this man, he gonna have you picking the berries.